Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Wednesday recording. It's late. Actually, it's after church. It's been a very busy day. We had a pinning today for one of a veteran who was in hospice, and so my husband is a member of the VFW. You know that, or I've said that before. And so this is one of the things that they do for the veterans, and so we had that to do. We went there and spent time doing that, and then all the stuff that's going on around the house. We had family here over the weekend, and they just recently left, and now I'm trying to. Some of you will understand. Pick up the pieces and clean up after it. But anyway, it was a good day today. I just got busy, and I'm actually kind of glad that God worked it out that way, because the sermon tonight was on forgiving yourself. And I realized, I haven't done the video. I've got to do it when I came home. You come home. And I was kind of looking through my notes and all the different pages that I have the Post-it notes on. And here it was. Jumped right out at me about forgiveness. And I thought, okay, then I'm going to do this video on forgiveness. And I'm going to unapologetically and unabashedly put in a plug for my course that I'm working on. 5 modules are done. I'm working on the last module, the 6th one. So it's a 6-month course. Each module has obviously 4 sections for the 4 weeks. But it's called From Guilt to Grace, A Journey to Self-Forgiveness. So the first module is on self-forgiveness. And like I said, that's what the sermon was basically about. God's forgiveness comes first. But you need God's help in order to achieve your own self-forgiveness. I know that because you've heard me talk about this. It's my road. My journey's been long, and I'm there. And part of getting to that self-forgiveness, what completed it was actually doing this course, was actually putting this course together. It was kind of like what actually finished for me, that the forgiveness helped me finish the healing. Okay, memories don't always go away, but you can control them, and this helped me finish the healing. It was kind of like the closure, and a lot of you can understand that. So I'm going to kind of go over for you my little introductory letter or blurb for the self-forgiveness module in my course. Okay. And before I do that, again, I want to say thank you so very, very much to those of you who are subscribers. Thank you for still being there, for not unsubscribing, for, I hope, listening to all of these. And I hope they are blessing you. And if you're a newbie, I want to say welcome and thanks for stopping by. I hope I'm not scaring you with the things that I talk about. If you like them, and again, you can check out the other videos that are there. I would hope that you would subscribe. And for all of you, if you think it might help other people, hit the like and share button, okay? It's not, it helps me, but it's more about helping, hopefully other people and they'll listen to it, and it will help them anyway. So again, thank you so much. And I'm going to go ahead and start this. It's the self-forgiveness module. And instead of beating yourself up over past mistakes, self-forgiveness asks you to understand and make peace with what's happened. You can't make peace with something you don't understand. You may not like what you find out. And that was one of my things before. I said, well, what if I find out that I don't like me, you know? Or what if I find out it's not my fault? Then who do I hate? I mean, those were some of the thoughts that popped up, but that's not where you want to go. And obviously, that's not where I ended up going. But what you need to realize is that self forgiveness isn't a one and done activity, it's a process. And that process can take a while, especially if the hurt or your trauma is deep. And mine was deep. It was my fault. I let it be deep. I beat myself up. But, that's part of the journey. And I understand forgiveness. I'm sure you guys do too. I didn't hold back forgiveness from other people that when they were sincerely sorry and they apologized, and they meant it for their actions or words. We do that. We say, okay, I got it. Let's move on. I forgive you. But I withheld the forgiveness from myself because I didn't deserve it. I didn't think I didn't believe I deserve it. I knew I didn't deserve it. I always expected my sons, and I always told my sons they need to accept responsibility for their mistakes. They need to own up to it. Don't try to blame it on someone else. You do the crime, you do the time, which means restriction, loss of privileges, whatever. Okay. And I really believed that. They heard it all the time from me. And I believed that you accept responsibility for what you did, whatever that means, whatever's going to happen. You need to man up, woman up, accept that responsibility. And because I believed that, forgiving myself was an option. I blamed myself for what happened. I didn't deserve forgiveness. It was my fault. I knew it. I believed it. Guilt, shame, you name it. Boy, I beat myself up. Some of the words were pretty bad. But it's time. If you guys are there, if you've been there, if you're going through whatever that, maybe it's not as bad as me. But there are many, many things that you can blame yourself for, or you can feel isn't your fault, or you can believe the world when they say it's your fault. But it's time to stop the hurt. It's time to let go. And it's time to give ourselves what we so freely give to others. And this little quote, I like it. It says, self-forgiveness isn't about condoning past actions. It's about releasing the hold that they have on you. It's about those memories not being demons. Okay. And this is part of what when I saw this, it was like, oh my God, I've heard this before all the time. And I know you have too. It's in 1 John 1:9. It says, if we confess our sins, he is faithful and just to forgive us our sins and cleanse us from all unrighteousness. We hear that. We know that. But all the time. But for a lot of us who can't forgive ourselves, it doesn't ring true. We say, yeah, everybody else but us. Okay. But then again, down in the study notes, okay, here's what they wrote. It says, God can forgive and cleanse us from terrible transgressions. And that hit home. That resonates with somebody, for me, blaming myself with all the self-blame, the trauma, the hurt that I didn't do the trauma. The trauma was there, but I blamed myself. Those terrible transgressions I did them. So when I see this, if we confess our sins, he is faithful and just to forgive us our sins and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. It it wasn't enough back then. It wasn't. I knew God forgave me. I knew he did. But I couldn't forgive myself. And a lot of you, if you've been there, you understand that. You understand, you know God's forgiven you. But you can't do it. And then to see this, that he can forgive and cleanse us from terrible transgressions, that'll hit us. Or at least it did me. So I know what some of you are going through. Some of you, it may be a long time. You may be going through it for a long time and just, thinking you're going to have to live with it and you're going to have to deal with it. And that was me. It was just part of my life. Didn't make it very pleasant. And you try to hide it from other people and you try to just keep, you put on a mask. you do, But sometimes putting on a mask can cause more damage. It doesn't heal. It just delays the process. So, anyway, I know for a long time I didn't think, there was no self-forgiveness for me. And I knew all about the Bible. I know it. And I know God forgave me, but I couldn't forgive myself. And I know that. That's the truth. So I don't know if you're there. I hope you're not. Maybe you know somebody who is. But you can always comment in the comment section of this video. And I'll respond when I see them. And, if you think the course might be something you're interested in when it's finished, like I said, I have the last module to do. I will let you guys know. I'll keep you up to date. But thanks for listening. I hope I didn't scare you off. I hope I gave you maybe some light at the end of the tunnel. But either way, I hope that your day was good. And have a blessed evening. Until next Wednesday. God bless. Bye.